What do you think good communication looks like in a community context? Now we've talked about community being in the context of commercial setting. It could be in the context of a charitable situation or a faith group. What does good communication look like in any one of those contexts?
There's that quote that you use round where the biggest problem with communication is the idea that it's actually happened.
It's something along those lines. Yeah,
phrasing it, but I think that the key thing in communication is being deliberate about doing it. Is that, like, so often you think, oh, so and so will understand, they know the thing, but they know what we need to do. But have you actually told them? Have you actually told them your expectations? Have you actually said to them, we are doing this then? This needs to happen. Like, I think that's the real key to it, is actually, what for me anyway, is that being deliberate and actually communicating.
I think alongside that, I think there can be a misinterpretation of what communication is required. So, you often find organizations that are brilliant at their branding, or they're brilliant at their external social media, or their website, or their tone of voice, or whatever it is, that kind of external communication. So they tick the box and say, oh yeah, we're great at communication, and they fail to realize that actually their community is internal. It's certainly smaller, so it's maybe internal plus a kind of those circles that go out, and they fail to communicate properly with that kind of key core group. That's not regular enough, maybe it's not detailed enough, maybe it's not open enough. We talk about one of our values being, as joins, being openness. We don't want to create we don't want to create cliques, we want to create communities. So we want open communication, open communities that people can really easily join. So I think sometimes we fail to recognize the importance of internal communication and will prioritize external communication. And maybe social media and websites and digital content has kind of like exacerbated that a bit.
I think having a common understanding, otherwise it can lead to misunderstanding. We see that so much in the media nowadays, is misunderstanding about what someone was meaning. Things getting taken out of context. And I think that if you're communicating in a community, people should understand your values. So I think if every way that you communicate should always fit with the pillar of what you're doing. So like now with Joined, what we're doing is that we're always making decisions based off of our pillars. So we make no change without it aligning with at least one of those. And when we communicate the platform, we talk about it's around openness, around safety and growth, like all of those things. Like, we always make sure that we align with those, and I think that is a key thing as well, in that you're being deliberate. You're doing the thing, like you were saying now. You actually, but you're also making sure that it fits in with your culture, and make sure it fits in with the pillars that you stand for, and being relentless in how you do that. I think that's something that often gets missed. Either through just trying to do something too quickly, not having enough thought around something, just assuming assuming that people know the value.
It can boil down to just not enough. Like, there's just not enough communication. So the assumption is there that somebody knows something. Why is that assumed? You haven't actually said it, or you said it once. And people need to, I don't know what the stats are, but people need to hear things multiple times in order for them to hear it or absorb it, or really hear it and understand it. Maybe it's just often in organizations we just don't communicate enough. I can't imagine there's a situation really you could over communicate.
Also, not knowing that people join your community all the time. new people. There are always new people coming in.
Yeah.
You know, we see it when we see the stats about people joining communities or people joining organizations, that it changes and fluctuates all the time. People come, people go.
Yeah.
So you never know who knows what.
Yeah, we've talked about at Britec, you know, when we're based just outside of Brighton. In fact, Dan, you pretty much grew up in Brighton, and there's the classic Brighton Rock that has got the wording in it. And we say that, you know, however you cut us, we want you to see our purpose and our values. You know, you want to whether that is on our website, whether that's the way that we take our photography for the website. So that's all external. But whether that's when you come into the studio and have coffee with someone, or have breakfast with us on a Monday, or have a meeting with us on a video call, or we present a proposal, or, you know, any way that you cut us, we should look the same, and you should see our kind of a reflection, at least, of our values and our kind of mission.
I know that personally, in that I like physically know when I need a trip to the Britec office. It's like, okay, I need a cultural top up. I need to feel like what it's like to be around these people that I share a common goal with. So I can definitely like attest to that the Brighton Rock principle.
That's cool. I think the next time you're up is or over is at Christmas. So we shall get some mince pies in the studio for you, Dan.